welcome back to the channel. Welcome. I want you guys to like, subscribe, comment, and down below. Let us know what's going on. I hope and pray that you liked the last video that we talked about. Pray that it worked for you. Pray that you got something out of it. And like I said, if you have any questions, anything that you want to talk about, please let me know. So we're going to get into it. Today we're going to talk about valuing yourself and knowing your worth. We're going to talk about that today. So I'm just going to testify about valuing yourself and knowing your worth. So for a long time, I did not value myself, or I did not know my worth, because I think I was just going on with like generational stuff. I just was going on with what I've seen and what I've known. I wasn't really a person that had like structure and knowing exactly what you should believe in and what you should go with and how you should be and how you should. I didn't know. I just was like, look, I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to be. I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to value myself or others or causes of things, because I'm not going to say I've never seen it, but I don't think it was displayed in a way that I wanted to display, if I make sense. I hope so. So I did not value myself for a very long time. I got married and I didn't supposed to get married. I had a child. She's a blessing. She's a blessing, amen. But it was a lot of things that I didn't know how to value myself. I didn't know what value mean. I didn't know what worth mean. But today, I feel as though I value myself. I have confidence. I have confidence. I honestly think the reason of all of that is because I connected to a community. I need y'all to connect to a community, because I did not know until I connected with that community, until I connected with the real pastor that God established for my life. It literally transformed my life in a way I've never seen before. And I was able to see things that and notice things that I didn't know at first. I'm like, wait, I need to get that together. But let me say this. I've always thought to get these things together, but I'm like, I had people around me that didn't think the same. Like, oh no, girl, you okay? Because they didn't know their worth. They didn't know their value. So they were like, oh girl, you okay? You good? You know, you don't got to do it like this. You don't got to do it like that. It was given all that other stuff. But I'm so glad we're here. Valuing ourselves and worth and everything like that. So anyway, value. The definition of value is what we contribute in the world, also what we do. What we contribute in the world, also what we do. So your contribution is your value. You supposed to, your contribution. I love Leslie, y'all. I love it. Yes. Your contribution is your value. What you do, how you are, how you move, what you say. Valuing yourself, others, and a cause that you're connected to. You want to contribute to all that. You want to contribute to yourself. Give yourself love. Give yourself roses. Learn how to, let me say something. Value yourself in the way you don't have to go on several dates to know who you are. You don't have to go on several meetings. You don't get to know you. Get to know who you are. We want to get ourselves together so that when we meet people that we supposed to meet, we be whole. We be everything that we need to be. So for instance, growing up, all I seen people do is live for a relationship. All I seen was they living for a relationship, they're not really valuing themselves, because most of the relationships that they was trying to go to and be with was not valuing them. So it was like, okay, God, I see this, but I'm kind of like not with it. But I'm like, okay, do I supposed to get with it because they with it? I didn't know who I was. So that's why I was like, do I supposed to? But no, you don't supposed to just go with it. What I found out is I was a very inquisitive person. So I had questions. I'm like, wait, I don't think that look right. Do this supposed to be this way? This way? So what I'm saying is this. True value comes from character and inner qualities. That's so good. True value comes from character and inner values. Character is something that you need. If I be honest, that's one of my pet peeves. If you say something, say for instance, if you say something and you don't stand on what you say, I'm like, your character is not lining up to what you, because the thing about it is women, and this is not just a women's podcast, but women go off of what people say to them. They don't really do actions. But when you say something and you back that thing up with that action, I'm like, oh, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because the thing is, you've shown me that, first of all, you are valuable, but also that I am valuable to you. When you show me your character and your everything that you showing me, your character and these qualities, the qualities is the principles. And honestly, the principles to me, how I love, is God's principles. I love the way God loved me. I love the way God loved people that love me. He loved them enough to be like, oh, now let me tell you the truth. And the truth is okay for me. I love the truth. I live by the truth. Please tell me the truth. Do not lie to me. But anyway, awareness of your own. You have to be aware of your own value. You have to be aware of your own value, because if you're not, literally, you're going to be tossed to and from. And you're going to be gullible. You're going to be easy. You don't want to. And when I say gullible and easy, because that's really what you are when you don't know your worth. You just going with the flow. You're not really focused on who you are and how you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just tossed. So you're not aware of who you are. Okay. Now going to worth. Worth is what we believe we deserve. Worth is what we believe we deserve. So anything that you're uncomfortable with, anything that you're in your life with, but you got the choice for, anything that you got the choice, you have the choice. You can literally change your life. If you uncomfortable in something, it's because of you. It's because you don't have worth. You haven't found worth in yourself. You don't know who you are, but I promise you that you can. You can find worth in yourself. You can be aware of your value. You can find worth in yourself. You can believe in yourself. You can be all that you need to be. I want you to link up with the right people. I want you to figure out who you are through God. Introduce yourself to him. I'm going to say that every podcast. Introduce yourself to someone who's he's worthy. He's the most worthy. When I tell y'all, I know my worth because my God showed me. He showed me my worth. He like, no, you don't gotta settle for that. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta be that. Meeting God gives you identity. So you know your worth from the price he paid. So it gives you identity. Through Christ, he gives you identity. He shows you your worth. He shows you exactly who you are through him. He literally sent his son to die for you. He made a sacrifice. So many times you have to make a sacrifice. You sometimes have to make a sacrifice. You have to make a sacrifice. Do I want to be fully who I'm supposed to be? Or do I want to shrink? Or do I want to become someone that's not supposed to be? Do I want to become little? Do I want to? No. I'm going to say it again. Rise. Rise to become everything that you're supposed to be. You're worth it. I promise you are. You're worth it. You are so worth it. You are so amazing. The qualities of your life is gracious. You are literally fearfully and wonderfully made. That's going to be in here. But I'm trying to tell you, you are everything that God called you to be. You do not have to struggle. You don't have to, you can have a life that God wants you to have with the worth he wants you to have once you believe. But you got to believe. You got to believe that you're valuable enough to value yourself, other people, and the cause of something. You got to believe that. No one can believe it for you. I can talk to I'm purple, pink, or orange in the face. And not just worth just anything, but worthy to be a mama, worthy to be a friend, worthy to be a wife, worthy to be a husband, worthy to be a CEO, worthy to be an architect, worthy to be a driver, worthy to be whatever it is that you want to be. Whatever it is that you want to be, whatever it is that you desire to be, whatever it is God told you you are, whatever it is, you have to literally rise. You can be you can do it. I'm trying to tell you. I thought that I couldn't do it. I thought that I was, if I be honest, I have this thing with talking. I do. And I'm like, God, why would you call me to a thing with, and I'm just being transparent. Why would you call me to do something that I don't know how to do? I don't really know how to talk. You got to give me the words. And I think that's why he equipped me to do the things so I won't be too high in myself, because he's going to give me the words. He's also going to give me the people to show me how to be, show me how to structure, show me how to, he's going to give me those, just like you. He will literally place, hallelujah. He will literally place those people in your life that love you enough to be like, no, cut that. No, do that. He loves you so much and he finds value in us, y'all. I promise you, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. But God finds value in us. He finds value in it. And you don't have to settle for a low life. You don't have to settle for things that is not aligned to what God wants you to be. You don't have to settle for those things because God called us higher. He called us to value everything about ourselves. Value even the insecurities. Value even the insecurities. These insecurities sometimes make me want to weep. But I got to keep going because he said, no, you are assigned to this. But sometimes I fight with it because I'm like, God, if I'm assigned to it, why sometimes it's so... But he gave me the words. He gave me the courage. And for a long time, I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the confidence with certain stuff because there's things that I didn't, like I said, I'm being vulnerable with you guys, but I didn't believe in within myself that I know God called me, that I'm called me to something, because there's no way people say, no, you need to talk. You need to be saying what you say to us one-on-one. You need to say it to everybody, Johnny, because we love what you're saying. Everybody needs to hear it. You don't know who you are, Jay, but I do now. I'm God's kingdom kid. I'm his woman. I'm his girl. I'm his favorite girl. I can feel it. And the only reason why I can feel it, I remember, y'all, this week, and I'm just being transparent, I had a rough week this week with finances. And I've never found money. And I know it's probably little to y'all, but I've never found money. And I found $20. I was going to my kid's school and I found $20. I said, God, I didn't have nothing. You so mindful of me. I don't got to ask nobody for probably anything. You will supply it even by finding it on the floor. When I tell you that it was little, but it was big. Because I'm just like, you value me and I'm such of a worth that you don't want me to think about, you don't want me to worry about nothing. You don't want me to be weary about anything, God. You want me to trust that you are God. Trust the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Because what is your understanding compared to his? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Literally. Absolutely nothing. When I tell you the way God value me and the way God worth towards me is, he be like, oh no. It was one time I was feeling this person and I was on the freeway and I'm like, God, I really feel this person. I like Jesus, this and that. And God said, why you putting yourself in the box with him? He literally said, why are you putting yourself in the box with this man? I said, put myself, like, put myself in a box. Yes, because when the thing about what we got to understand, and then everything isn't just, what we got to understand about relationships. Let me get to the first point. What we got to understand about the relationships is you only settle for what you think you're worth. You literally I'm going to say that again. You only settle for what you think you're worth. So if you think you're worth a hot date for $40, here go the hot date in the 40. You have to rise up to the value and worth of you getting to, first of all, getting to know you. Who am I? God, who do you, and even though you're not going to always fully know who you are, you're going to meet you every single day. That's the craziest part about it. Most times you're not even going to know who you are. You're going to meet another side of you we got to literally take this a day at a time. You're going to meet another side of you every single day. I be shocking myself like, dang, that was bold. You just did that. It could have went but anyway. And also just not focusing on relationships. I want to even speak to the value of finances. If you know, like myself, I'm in the bond because of what I went through a few years ago. I went through that stuff and I'm kind of still trying to get myself out of there. But while I'm trying to get myself out of there, I'm still being mindful because I can play with my money. I can do things, but why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? So valuing yourself doesn't mean just valuing yourself for a relationship. Value yourself for a cause. Value yourself because you don't want to have bad credit. You want to get your credit together. You don't want to have bad finance. You want to get your credit. You don't want to have a bad body. You want to get your better. Even if you are built big, you still want to work out and tone it up. Worth and value doesn't just equate to money and relationships. It's everything. Valuing your mental state. Valuing and having worth in the areas of things that you've never thought you can value or have worth in. Having worth and value in your Christian duties, in your spiritual duties. Loving God. Having value so much of God that you literally serve him to the point of no return. I'm serving God right now. Right now it was a hard day. It was trying. Nope. It was trying to be a hard day for me. It was trying. Every single thing was trying to. While I was at church, the enemy was trying to do it. Then when I got home, the enemy was trying to do it. And when he was trying to do it. Every step of the way, the enemy was trying to do it. He was trying to literally defeat and discourage the hell out of me today. And I used the word hell because it was heavy. He was trying it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. But because I value this podcast. I value this podcast. I value it so much. And I know what God is going to do for it, but it don't even matter about that. I value you. I value your well-being. I value where God wants you to be. I value where God gonna take you. I value everything about it. I value it. And I know that it's worth it. I know it's worth it. So I'm gonna give my all. The price that I paid it don't matter. The price that I pay for being obedient don't matter because it's worth it. It's worth coming on this camera and getting it together. It's worth it. Because I want you to understand that you can make it out. You can make it through. And you can get through every single thing that you've ever experienced in your life. Let's go to the second point. Ooh, this is a good one. Self-respect. When you have worth in yourself, you respect yourself. And respecting yourself, you're not just like I said, going with the flow. You're respecting yourself, and you holding yourself to a standard. You're being respectable, and you're also respecting others by holding yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Holding your values and your worth together. Being everything that you need to do, and stepping into rooms, even if you're scared, and valuing, respecting you, respecting yourself by telling the truth, respecting yourself by being all that you need to be in that room, in that realm, in that anything that you respect yourself, love yourself. Once you do that, you be like, okay, yes. And I'm not yelling again, y'all. I'm just passionate. I gotta continue to say that because sometimes I be like, dang, I gotta say that harsh. But I love y'all. Like, seriously, I do. Confidence. You want to gain confidence. Y'all, when I tell y'all this year, I think it was like July. July, 2 or 3 people in my church said, why you ain't got confidence? Why you ain't confidence about you? And I took it back to God, and I said, God, I thought I was confident. I said, what is they talking about? You know what I'm saying? And he told me that they were talking about being confident in the calling that God has on your life. Being confident in the way that you move. Being confident in the way that you are. Being confident in the way that God made you. Because sometimes people don't understand you have insecurities that hold you up. God called, first of all, he called you with that insecurity, so you know it ain't you. You know it's him. Because, oh, I can't talk. Oh, that gotta be God. Because she said good stuff. But anyway, believe in your abilities, trusting your skills, talents, and potential. Don't underestimate yourself or compare yourself with others. You have to trust your own skills. And you can't get in this thing called comparison. You trying to compare yourself with other people for what? Believe in what God gave you. Believe in the abilities that God gave you. If God gave you the ability to be whoever he called you to be that. Don't step in other realms of what you don't supposed to be in, but rise up to, like I'm going to say rise up a lot of times. Rise up to that person God called you to be. Just rise to that person. Rise to that thing. Rise. Get up. When it comes to boundaries, setting healthy boundaries. Because what are boundaries? To me, setting healthy boundaries is a tricky one. I had watched this I watched this video. It said setting boundaries and having expectation look like it's the same thing, but it's not. Expectations is what you think somebody's supposed to be, but boundaries, it's like but boundaries is something else. It's not a rule, but it's what you go by. Like, so say for instance, if I have a boundary like, okay, Saturdays I podcast at 12 because that's what I do. Saturdays I podcast at 12. I'm not doing nothing to let nothing get in the way of that. That's my time. And that's the way, I set it up, or God set it up. So I'm not going to let nothing get with it. That's a boundary, I think.
You're telling people what you have, and it's up to you to also respect
it. Yes. Respecting what you said that you going to do. You got to respect that thing. Mm-hmm. You got to, because instead of trying to tell people like, it's at 12. No, I gotta go. It's at, you know what I mean? But not it's certain people and certain things that can get in the way of that. I ain't disobedient to the one that God called me to though. Recognizing your own importance and strengths. Understanding what makes you unique, capable, and deserving of respect. That's so good. I want to go back. Recognize your own importance and strengths, understanding what makes you unique, capable, and deserving of respect. Unique, capable, and deserving of respect. That's so good to me, y'all, because it's just like, what makes you unique? What makes you set apart from everybody else? What makes you capable? What makes you capable? And then deserving of respect, you gotta deserve respect. You say you worth, like, oh, girl, you gotta know your worth. Girl, you don't even respect yourself. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, but you have to. I'm childish. I'm sorry, I was about to go to something totally different. But deserving stuff, you gotta be deserving of respect. You gotta give respect to your like I said, you have to give respect to yourself, to others, and to the cause of something. You gotta do it. And you gotta be deserving of it. I gotta be deserving of being respected. You ain't gonna respect me if all I give you is trash. All I give you is attitude. All I give you is a cold shoulder. No, you're not gonna respect that, and I shouldn't either. No. This is a rhetorical question. The question is, how do you value yourself? How do you value yourself? You know you are worth it because God says it in his word. He says, Psalms 139:14 says, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. This is what he said in his word. He was talking about that virtuous woman. Sometimes he can't find a virtuous woman because they don't even know their worth. Could you find a virtue? It said that. Could you find one though? Because at the end of the day, sometimes they don't even know who they are. So she don't even know she's fearfully and wonderfully made. She don't even know that she's made in the image of God. That's another one. Proverbs 31:10 says, you are worth more than rubies. First of all, do you even understand how much rubies cost? Look it up. Rubies cost money. Those little bitty old rubies, they're worth money. We're worth it. We're priceless. We're priceless. We're priceless in the image of God. We are priceless. There's no amount of money that your worth is or is not. You're worth way more than you can even imagine. But he just wants us to, now we go again. Hold on, take that hand. Rise it up. You gotta just rise to that value. So when you, cause like I said, a lot of times what we live for is relationships. So rise to that, rise to what you want. If you say, oh, I want a king, baby, you better act like a queen. You better study what a queen do. Seriously. You better study what a queen and don't get caught up in what everybody else talking about. What I tell people is, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I know for a fact God has something with my name on it. He got something I don't care what y'all talking about. He got something with my name on it, but while he's coming or while he's getting prepared to do whatever he's doing or focusing, I'm going to get myself together. I'm not even going to worry about that right now. I'm not going to worry about that right now because that's not even nothing that I need to worry about right now because I have to get myself together and equipped for who's and what's coming. And then Genesis 1:26, it says, he made us in his image and in his likeness. So to know your worth and value, you got to know that God made you just like him. First of all, God gave us dominion. We are the only, I think my pastor said this, we are the only species or the only humans that has authority over stuff. We can literally snatch a thing, right? We can have a thought and literally snatch it down. Like, no. He made us in the likeness and image of him. What I want y'all to understand is just value yourself, know your worth, value yourself through God, know your worth through God. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or even think about. Please value yourself. Please learn your worth. God has you, and I love you. Y'all have a good day, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Mwah.